Howdy, Phil. This is the mock-up we're doing for the Tailor Alien, as you can see. Voila. We built a little box that is the right size and everything for the room. We've got the maquette hidden behind the suit, and we've got the doors here. We've also got lighting here. We've got a bunch of fiber optics, and we've got a little lighting pattern that I'm going to tape, that we'll shoot for you to show you how we think this is going to work. The things to know are that I'm not going to have any moving perspectives from the moving vehicle perspectives on this demo because I can't get the camera to move smoothly enough from the right perspective. So I'm going to shoot from 3 angles. I'll shoot from entrance to the scene, middle of the scene, and side of the scene. Every movement of the character. So we've got a full crew here. Mary's here and Jay's here and everybody's here. There's Mary's hand. And they're going to puppeteer. We've got little strings wrapped around various parts of him. He's just painted gray. He's not painted the actual colors right now. So that's one thing to know. Another thing to know is back here in this area in the room, we don't have it color accurate to what's on the color boards. Right now, these 2 walls are actually kind of those dimple walls, those bumps, and they're all bright, a real saturated purple. We decided to stay with black right now and focus on this and make sure that it works. So we did do a scrim, so you'll be able to see the lighting from in front of and behind the scrim. I'll shoot it twice, once with the scrim and once without, because the scrim does darken it up a little bit, and you get a better view of it from without the scrim on. So without further ado, here we go. Oh, one more thing. We are at approximate eye height here, about, what is it?
6 feet.
6 feet eye height from show floor, which is right here. But I don't know how to compensate really for the width, for the angle width and the distance from how far the vehicle is away. So what I'm really going to do is just focus on the centerpiece, about probably this far away. We'll shoot one overall to give you an idea of how big the space is, and pan up and stuff so you can see that the room actually goes up. But there is a ceiling piece that goes in about right there. So what you're seeing is approximating the viewpoint from the vehicles, but not absolute. So, but so far it's pretty successful in hiding the alien. We are going to have to do a lot of tweaking with the lighting. We don't have utmost control of the lighting and the placement here, but we think we have an overall sense of placement for everything and placement where the lights go. And the key is this tape and the actual maquette, not the whole mock-up, but just the maquette, is going to be sent to Advanced Animations, and we're going to ask for their feedback based on this video. In other words, we're going to show it to them and say, here it is, and here's the problems we think we're having. A lot of the problems so far that we've seen in the movement of the arms can be solved if they're more than one move. Right now we're trying to do them all with one pivot to keep it simple, have them move all in one move. But if they're double hinged, we can really hide them a lot better. So I hope you'll get it once we show you this. It's about 90% there, we think, and I'd like to hear your feedback. Thanks.
The whole thing's going to Advanced in the morning.
And yeah, actually, right after we shoot this tape, the model and everything's going to Advanced Animation. So we have more copies of this maquette as well that have been cast. So if we need to tweak it or repose it, they're going to do that along with Neville and Des. So Desiree's actually taking it with her on the trip. I'm rambling, so we'll just show you what's going on. Okay, this is just a straight-on shot with no scrim. First, the cylinder lights come up, revealing the MIB cylinder. Ah! And then the suit lights come up. Ah! And then our alien character appears. La la la. Snip, 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 snip. There's his face. It'll be ready next Wednesday. Then he goes away. One more time with feeling. This is the same thing, straight on shot, up at approximate guessed eye height with no scrim. First, the Men in Black cylinder appears, and then the suit appears, and then we hear snip, 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 do 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 do. Where's his head? There it is. Boing! It'll be ready next Wednesday. Okay, this is from extreme side angle, first approach to the tube. First we get the Men in Black cylinder light comes up, and then the God light on the suit, and then the arms come out, and then the head comes out. Hello, it'll be ready next Wednesday. So, okay, cool. Okay, this is opposite side. This is exiting the room with the vehicle canted towards the cylinder. First lights come up on the cylinder. And lights come up on the suit. And then the alien comes in. And then the head appears. Hello. Now, I think he's got a head turn to him. I'll have to check with Desiree, but his head turn may allow him to turn and look at us as we come by.
I'll check the data sheets.
Okay. Okay, here's just a simple shot of straight on of the scrim. Notice we're favoring a little bit of the ceiling, and obviously the lights will be better hidden, but this will give you an idea. Front lights on the scrim to revealing behind. Vroom. Again, our light levels in back aren't perfect. Let's go back one more time. Also, we have painted this kind of silvery gray to match the other walls, so we'll have to do a little bit of playing with the coloring on the scrim. One more time, front light from the scrim, crossfade to the back. Okay. Okay, this is again straight on through the scrim, crossfade up just the cylinder, please, and scrim down. Bring up the suit, and give me the alien. La 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 la. There's his head. Cool.
Next Wednesday.
Okay, cross. Oh, holding. We have a problem.
We got a little animation here.
Got an animation glitch.
His arm fell out of the socket.
Oh, yummy. Once again, this is a straight-on shot from guest perspective.
Hold on.
Lights are up on the scrim. Puppeteers at the ready.
Puppets at the ready.
Puppets at the ready. Okay, crossfade to cylinder, please. Bring up the suit. Bring in the alien. La 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 la.
Hey!
Hey, here I am. La la la. La la la. All right, here is the man behind the curtain, as it were. We're dealing with a wall height of
19 feet.
19 feet.
A
ceiling height. That's an overall wall for the. That's the. In other words, excuse me. Ceiling height for the main. Main showroom. There we go. Show space. The actual ride envelope space is at 13 feet. That ceiling's at 13 feet. So that is what our scrim takes up, as you can see. The scrim takes up from show floor to ceiling height, 13 feet. What's the scrim across?
The scrim across is 21 feet.
About 21 feet across for the whole scrim. That gives us, in track time, that's like 5 seconds to look at this room, basically.
Yeah.
About 5 seconds across from opening of this showroom to close of the showroom, about 5 seconds. So that gives us a second or two afloat beforehand as the vehicles pivot into place to see the effect and then pivot out. Okay, let's take the scrim down. Here is the actual tube effect. One of the things we've already determined is that the tube should be taller than this so that it disappears off up into the ceiling. It should probably be at least 13 feet high, if not a little taller, to clear the actual attraction ceiling, which will be here. It should look like the tube is going off higher than it actually is. Another thing we did not do on this at all, as I said, we didn't have the color boards in back. We did no floor treatment, although we're thinking of metal plates or something flanking the sides to look like the cylinder maybe came out of the floor and moved upwards through some kind of plate mechanism or unlocking doors. The distance across between the doors, which are not animated, by the way, those are static. Distance across right now is 4 feet. We'd originally spec'd out 6 feet, but had the suit farther back in the original plan. It was more to the dead center of this circle that you see. Let me get this light out. Can you get that out of the way? There we go. Originally this was more dead center, and it was 6 feet across. However, we found that in placing this, that moving it forward and actually closing up the gap slightly gave us an overall better view, but we can play with that. We're also talking about possibly moving the entire character piece back so that it actually moves into place around the suit, which might give us a wider view. The thing that drove this width across the door was to try to block your view from the side of any of the mechanism as much as possible. So when you're moving around, let's move all the character back here. So that from guest perspective, most of the character, put them all in back, in back. Most of the character is fairly well hidden when you first come upon him. There's some stray pieces, but we think that with lighting we can fix that. But in an attempt to really close that off, we put the doors as close together as possible so that by the time you have a chance to see any of the mechanisms, the alien's already moving, so you mistake it for part of the moving piece. The suit right now is how far from the back?
This is worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario, the suit's at like 7 feet, 6.5 feet from the back.
And we've asked facility to give us more room in the back wall, as in 1.5 feet. So we're hoping it can be 8 feet from the back wall.
Right. The other thing is the suit here is oversized. That's about 8 feet tall, I believe. Actually, gosh, no, it's
actually
like 6.5, and we spec the suit out to actually be 8 feet tall. So maybe we can make it a little girthier. We can play around with that. As I said, all this data is going to be set up to AI for them to give us some input on. What else do we have here? Let me get one sweeping view.
8 feet.
Oh, cylinder width across is 8 feet. 8 feet
diameter.
8 feet in diameter for the entire cylinder. Let me get one moving view here. This will give you an idea of why we placed it the way we did. As you can see a little bit there, but then the thing will be moving by here, and then you get another view. Let's get the puppeteers in here one more time, and I'll try to get. Okay, now keep in mind this is without show lighting, all work lights on, but it will give you an idea of the timing of the gag. I'm just going to count 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Bring in your arms on 2 1,000, and bring in your side on 3 1,000. Okay, ready? Here we go. And 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. And the alien falls apart. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Okay, so that gives you an idea about the timing of the gag. One thing also to know is that we have not put the tail move in here because we couldn't figure out how it articulated. So, but at the end, when the head comes out, a tail would wrap around somewhat like that, and possibly have a second axis where it wags. So you get a tail that hides itself and then wraps around the bottom of the suit on the floor to give the beast some scale and make him grounded, so he's not just floating in midair. So that's another thing that would have to be looked into and give some suggestions on for hiding. Anyway, I'll give you a shot of the overall here from inside, and give you it really kind of gives you a sense of the space at least.
Yeah.
We're trying to get as much space behind the suit as we can to help hide the gag. And again, more than one axis per arm or per effect might help us and hide these things without trying to do it with one axis. But there you have it. And here, my talented crew. Take a bow, everybody. Thank you so much.
Knock everything down.
Boom, boom, boom.
My foot!